Allow God use your pain. Allow God use your pain. It's very important. Don't toil with it. Allow God do what? Use your pain. I want you to type it either in the chat, the comment section, or on the group. Allow God use your pain, or even post it on your WhatsApp story. Allow God use your pain. Your pain can become a tool. Allow God use it. You are going through some things that are not so great. Give it to God. Let it become another weapon in your hand. Let it become another weapon. Everything that I overcome, I'm going to speak about it and get people out of it. Why? Because God can turn your mourning into dancing. When people see you dancing, they will ask, what happened? You will say, there's a system. I was mourning before, but there's a system in God that God will turn my mourning into dancing. This place is not for people. We are not just sharing ordinary words here. All right? Anybody that does not want to learn and does not want to grow, because we are Danielstribe here. We are the ones that the king asked for solution, and we will have solutions. We don't just teach, we teach things that are beneficial to the human race, things that can make us become transformers in our own right. Do you understand? Like I said, 3 major things: potential, passion, and what? Pain. So today we say we want to identify potentials. Identifying potentials. Identifying potentials. In your potential, in that thing that you are specially gifted at, how many of you here feel like there is actually nothing that is in you that you are specially gifted at? Like when people see you do it, they say, oh wow, this is really good. How many? Let me see your hand. You feel like, I'm just there, I'm just, I'm okay. I want you to know something. If you realize that you have not found something that you are exceptionally great at, I'll tell you why today. Because you are not paying attention to you. I think I'll talk about that for about 5 minutes. You see, we need, as human beings, we need to learn to pay attention to ourselves. A lot of us pay attention to every other thing except ourselves. You know what is going on in your country, you know what is going on in this place, you know what is going on in football, you know what is going on here. You do not know anything about yourself. What do you know about you? Have you paid attention to yourself enough to say, you know what? I know this about me. I know this about you. Pay attention to you. Spend time alone. Spend time, know yourself. Think. Some people are always doing something that has to do with the external. Some people cannot just sit down. There's a sermon that I taught. It's on our YouTube channel. That's why I always say go to our YouTube channel. At Danielstribe. It's on YouTube. Danielstribe. You'll find it on YouTube. Go there. There's a teaching I did on meditation. Go and learn how to meditate. Most people still don't meditate. You are always doing something. No. Sit down and meditate. Think. Your power is here. Your power is here. Think. Think. If you look for something and look for it, and you still can't find it, you have been trying to get something for a long time, and you still can't find it or get it in your life. I was telling some people, either some days ago or weeks ago, I was telling them, look at this. It's very important. Becoming is more important than doing. When they say, who are you? A lot of people respond with what they do. I'm a generous person. I'm a wise person. I'm a solution provider. I'm a child of God. That's who I am. I'm an influence to my world. Anytime I open my mouth, I speak wisdom. I have passion for souls. I have passion for seeing the sick get healed. I have passion for seeing the mentally sick also get healed. That's who I am. Not I'm a producer, I work in a bank, I do this. No. That's what you do. That's not who you are. Sit down and find who you are, rather. All right? I just had to say that very quickly. Anyways, in your place of potential, write this down, please. In your place of potential is your uniqueness. Nobody on the earth can have my combination. The way I'm hilarious, plus my persona, plus my skill, plus my experience, plus my knowledge in different things, the way I speak, my tone of voice, the depth of my voice sometimes. Nobody has that combination. I started noticing that it was important for me to be knowledgeable because people started paying attention to me after a while. I was wondering, why are people paying attention to me? Until people started telling me, you have a voice that calls attention. I said, wow. So what I'm saying in essence is this, right? Your uniqueness is in your potential. What makes you stand? Please, 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 please. I'm begging everybody, please, in the name of Jesus. I'm begging everyone. I beg you in the name of the Lord. Don't forget what I'm about to say. Pay attention to yourself. Find your potential. Find you. When you sit down with other people, so that you will not be inferior. You will say, no, 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 no. That's who you are. This is who I am. This is my uniqueness. And I've worked on my gift enough to be different. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I want you guys to tell me, if there are 3 seats here now, and in one seat, you see Lionel Messi. The other seat, you see Usain Bolt. And the other seat, you see 3 seats: Dwayne Wade, Lionel Messi, and Usain Bolt. These 3 people are great guys. How many of you think they will have something to talk about? Something unique to talk about? How many of you think so? You see where our challenge is? Our challenge is where you now sit with those people and you'll be feeling inferior. No, there is nobody on this earth that I cannot speak to. There is no human being. I will have something to tell you. I will definitely have something to tell you if you ask me to speak. There will be something I will speak about. I know you might know plenty other areas than me, but you cannot do the things I can do the way I can do them, because I am unique. No human being, no matter how great or small, no human being. I'm telling you, that's the power of finding your potential. That's the power of building on your potential. That's where your uniqueness is. If you see anybody that is shy, you find yourself that you're always timid, you're not willing to speak in public, you're always shy, it's because you have not found your uniqueness. When you find your uniqueness, you'll be bold. You'll be bold. You'll be bold. You find your uniqueness, it will birth boldness in you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Critical things, all right? Your uniqueness is where your boldness or your boldness is dependent on your uniqueness. It will birth your boldness, all right? And our generation is also tied to a syndrome called do what I do. A lot of us just want to copy other people. Why? Why do we feel the need to copy other people? Why? You are unique. You are unique in your own way. Come out and be bold. You are unique. You are unique. That does not mean, and if you notice, the people that are not supposed to be talking a lot on social media, spreading bad news, doing, unproductive things, they are the ones that are the loudest. You are unique. Speak. They are waiting for you to hear you. They are waiting to see what you can do. Do it. Go ahead and do it. You are unique. Everybody's waiting to hear your own story. You are unique. Don't do, a lot of us, we go on social media and, we go to church, we meet people. We want to do what they are doing. No, man. No, sir. That's not how it's supposed to be. We ought to be doing based on who we are, not based on what somebody else is. No, you are unique. Don't follow the crowd. Everybody's dressing like this now. I mean, it's so bad. So I made a joke, right? I think I've said it here before. I said, a lot of people look alike. Well, in Nigeria here, I don't know about every other country, right? So in Nigeria where I am, a lot of people look alike at weddings. Somebody say, what? Yes, now, because they all wear makeup. And guess what? If all of them watch the same makeup tutorial, they will do the exact same makeup on everybody's face, and you now notice that everybody's looking alike. Do you? Anyways, that's what I'm saying. There's a trend we're just following. Who are you? I know someone that no matter what you say, this person will not wear makeup. No matter what you do, this person will not wear makeup. Not because the person is anti-makeup. No. The person just prefers her pretty face than the one that has makeup on it. And people are different. Glory be to God for her. Some ladies have to wear makeup. She likes her face the way it's bare. Some people like to braid their hair. Glory be to God. Some people like to leave their hair like my own. Glory be to her. Some people like to skin their hair. Glory be to God. There has to be uniqueness. And that's why accepting you see, a lot of people that criticize other people is because there is something in them they have not accepted about themselves. Let me say that one more time. A lot of people online, even offline, even men of God, that criticize other people, sincerely speaking, I think there might be something inside them that they have not accepted yet. So they gain strength in making others feel low. Yes. Their strength is reliant on the humility or the bringing down of other people. A lot of you have been coming here for a while from different nations of the world. You've been joining our meetings. Have you heard me speak against any man of God or speak against anybody and say this person is stupid, this person does not know? Have you heard me say that before? Because I'm secure in myself. Do you get what I'm saying? I am secure in myself. Find your uniqueness. Your uniqueness is the way God has wired you. In your uniqueness if you don't let the world see your uniqueness, what makes you different from every other person? You can't spend your whole life working just so that you can eat. You now grow old and then, that's all you have done, giving birth to children. No, there is something God put in you for your generation, because you're not going to live forever. So there is something God put in you, and I'm going to get there. There's something God put in you for your generation. Dr. Miles Monroe said it this way. He said that, this is powerful. He said that if you do not fulfill your potential in your generation, you are a generational thief. That means you took away with you something the world around you was supposed to enjoy. You are a generational thief if you do not fulfill your purpose. How would you tell yourself that all you came to the earth to do is just to work? It's a lie from hell. Hell imported that lie, shipped it to your doorstep. You carried it, opened it, and ate it. It's a lie. There is so much God has put inside you. And that's why we talked about it last week. And this is a continuation. How would you be alive and you can't find something that is your uniqueness? Although some people around you will tell you, you don't know how to do it. You will tell them, just give me some time. Let me tell you, I play piano, and I've played piano around, the world, right? Let me not say around the world, but almost around the world. Okay, so I've not got into every country, I mean, the little I've done that I play, I can play anywhere comfortably. I won't feel any type of way. Comfortably. And how did I get there? There was a time when I was growing up, I was playing in a church. Right? I was playing in a church. You know the way a lot of pastors are preaching and people are playing piano under their administration? Someone is on the piano playing while the pastor is preaching. So me too, I decided to do that. This was years ago. Almost 2 decades ago. And then I was playing, this pastor was preaching. In front of the whole church, the pastor looked at me, because this is where you guys are is the congregation, right? The pastor is right here. On the left hand side of the pastor is where the musical instruments are, piano, everything. That's where it was back then, right? And in front of the whole church, I was playing. In my head, I was playing my best. But the pastor looked at me like this and said, imagine in front of the whole church, looked at me, looked in my direction and said, "Are you absent-minded?" That's what the pastor said. Are you absent-minded? Meaning, are you aware that I'm preaching? What that told me was one thing. You are not good enough yet. Go and practice. Guess what? I did not touch the piano in that church for 1 year. I went all out to go and practice. I felt very embarrassed. But of course, because I'm a sharp guy, I'm a smart guy, I figured out, I was like, oh, no, it's a keyboard. I had to say that, but it was very embarrassing. But hey, I took it well. So I went to practice. Not some people saying that pastor is a this. No. Don't blame the person telling you don't know how to do it. You to go and work on yourself. Go and get better. And they say, I don't know. You just want people to be condoning you. Auntie, if you're not doing well, you're not doing well. Don't glorify it. Don't give it a crayon. Don't color it. If you're not doing well, you're not doing well. Tell yourself the truth. All right? It's very important. Growth is critical. All right? You know, it's interesting that the uniqueness of mankind, there's one characteristic that God has given to man. Let's look at Genesis 1:26. There are three key things that God told man in Genesis chapter 1. We don't need to go there, but there are three key things. Number one, dominion. Your potential is wired in you such that when it is built, it gives you dominion. There are some people, because of my potential and because of the things that I do, that I've worked on over and over and over. There are some people that they are older than I am, but they salute me like I'm older than they are. Can you see what I'm doing? If you notice, for example, perfect example, if you notice, and for some of you here that are leaders, which all of you here, you have leadership potential in you, that's why you're listening to me right now. If you notice, every time I say a word or I say a statement and I mumble, have you noticed I always go back to say it again and I say it well such that people can hear me? It's subconscious. I thought I wasn't that way before. I just keep talking. If you hear me, if you don't hear me, do you understand what I'm saying? But because I am very particular about the fact that people need to hear what I'm saying, I have to say it one after the other so that you can understand what I'm saying. Do you get what I'm saying? It's building yourself. Number one is dominion, like I said. Number two is multiplication. What I'm doing to you people that are here right now, most of you that are here, I know you. What I'm helping you get to is to see two things. I'm putting myself, everything that I know, I'm infusing it in you. So that when you're going to respond either to life or to people, you will respond based on the seeds that have been sown into you. If you allow it germinate, if you go back and think about the words that have been spoken to you, a lot of times, most of us, we don't go back to go and hear the words spoken to us. To go and hear it over and over so that it can become huge in us. Very important. Multiplication can only happen when potential is worked on. When it is dished out, then you can multiply. Right? Multiplication, dominion, multiplication, and then subdue. That means you have become powerful enough to put the things that needs to be put down, you put them down. That means to subdue. All right? Your uniqueness. In this ministry, at some point, when we need people in politics, some of our people will be saying, you know what, I'm running for government, I'm running for the governorship position or a prime minister position or a major, major position in the political arena. And we're going to stand behind them. We're going to stand behind them. Some people will be running for different things, trying to do this, I'm going to see the president tomorrow, things like that. He wants to see me, want to discuss some things. Those are the kind of people we are raising. That's why we're saying critical things like this that can build you up. Finding yourself. Finding yourself. It is very important. It's extremely important. Finding you. This is critical. Let me say this. Every man's potential, like I said before, is within them. Is within them. It's not outside. When we say find your potential, it's not outside. It's not outside. When you say find your potential, you'll not be going through social media to find what you're good at. No, it's not in social media. It's inside you. Fishes in the sea animals, they don't learn to swim. Swimming is inside them. Swim is inside them. They don't learn it. They do not learn it. Can you see that? They don't learn to swim. Dogs don't learn to bark. Fishes don't learn to swim. Dogs don't learn to bark. They bark naturally because it's inside them. Meaning God has put in everybody what it takes for them to succeed. If you need anything on the outside to succeed, then you have not found what is in you. Ooh, that was hot. Let me say it again. God has put in every man what it takes to succeed. If you need anything on the outside as a reliant source for your success, then you have not found what God has given you. Dogs do not learn to bark the same way fishes do not learn to swim. Birds do not learn to fly. They just fly. Flight is inside them. It might look like they are failing. It might look like they are falling, if you notice. But, they'll be picked up till the point where, because it's in them. That's why you have to build. You have to build. You have to learn. You have to build on it. You have to build on it. You have to build. Don't just be eating and drinking and eating away destiny, hoping that one day you will have this job that pays you very well, for life. No. Find what God has put in you. 2 things that must be done, or one major thing that must be done, not 2. Let's say 1, because the first one is what we've been talking about, right? The next step for potential building is discovery. When you discover it, then you develop it. Number 1, discover. Number 2, develop. Development is critical. That's what, in that my story that I was telling you, right? That's what happened. After I got embarrassed, I got insulted, that I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. The next thing that comes to mind immediately is that I went away to go and develop. That was what came to my mind. I did not come back to that same place. I was attending the church, but I did not come back to that same place for the next 1 year. But when I came back, I did the exact same thing, and the pastor did not complain. Why? I had grown. Do you understand what I'm saying? Develop the gift. Don't just leave it dormant. Develop it. Learn about it. Leadership. You have a thing for leadership. I know some of you here, you have a thing for leadership. Everybody has a thing for leadership because God has put the dominion mandate, meaning leadership. He said subdue. Everybody is a leader. I'm shy. No, you have not found it yet. Go and build it. It's inside you. Which shy are you? When they say you are shy, but when you want to rule somebody and tell people what to do, you'll be shouting. Everybody will hear your voice. Hey, don't do that. Do that. And you'll be giving instructions. But when they say, do this for Jesus, talk to people, say hello to people, build people, pray with them. I told you yesterday, find 3 people that you'll be praying for. Find 3 people that you'll be praying for. All right? Find 3 people you'll be praying for. Follow them up. How are you doing? I said I should pray for you. I thought about you yesterday and I prayed for you. It is inside you. Develop it. Some of you need to. Some people say, okay, I'll have to go to school to. No. Your data, the same data you use on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter, use it to go to YouTube and type in that skill. It's right there. You'll find everything. Some things are wrong with my, I was doing some production today, and some things are wrong on my production stuff. I just left my system for a bit and I went on my phone, Googled it. What's going on here? It took me about an hour before I found the solution. It's there. People have gone through things and they are showing us. That's why we are doing these videos from our experiences, from the Word of God, and our knowledge through revelation by His grace. We are dishing out things. All of you are here now from different nations. You are here listening to me. Why? Why are you listening to me? For one thing, I have developed whatever it is that I'm saying to you. You can get it. That's why you can get it. Don't just leave it dormant. Some of you is cooking. Develop it. Go and check out recipes. Some of you is fashion. Go and check it out. What's going on in the fashion world? Some of you is public speaking like I'm doing right now. Go and build on it. Go and build on it. Watch people. Watch interviews. Look at how they think. How do they carry themselves? How do they comport themselves? How do they speak? Don't just mumble words. All right? Different nations are represented here, and all of them can hear me well. They can hear me well. You have to build it in such a way that everybody will be able to accept what you're giving. Do you understand what I'm saying? These are critical things. So you don't just keep wasting your time. I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for this one. While you're looking for a job, build on yourself. Build yourself. People don't just hire, let me say this. Kings, ordinary people hire skilled people. But kings don't hire skill. Kings hire people. What kind of person are you? What do you carry on your inside? What's your uniqueness? Anytime things do not go in my way or go in my favor, I don't complain. I go back. I'm like, okay, so what did I do wrong? How can I work on myself? That's what I do. I don't sit back and complain like a lot of people do. A lot of people do that. You don't have to do that. Don't sit back and complain and say, oh, well, this is the reason why they didn't pick me. They didn't pick me for that. I was talking to someone recently that, went for an interview session. They were asking questions that I know that they have washed down the value of that person. And I told the person, I said, you have to develop. There are kind of questions. See, if I go for any interview, let me tell you, the last time I submitted a job proposal, the last time I submitted a job proposal, the person I gave it to had to give it back to me and say, I'm sorry, we can't hire you. I knew. I did not ask, maybe, is there something wrong? No. I knew. They said, your qualifications and your skill, they are too much for the role that we have to give you. For us to employ you, that means we have to fire one of our top managers for us to employ you. Because the skill you have with experience in this field, we have to fire one of our top management staff to hire you in there. Build on yourself. Nobody was born great. Everybody was born. Greatness is built. Greatness speaks of your habit and your discipline. Write that down. Greatness speaks of your habits and your discipline. Greatness in any field speaks of your habit and your discipline. I hope you're with me. Because you see, let me say one more thing and then we close. Maybe I'll continue next week again. One of the things that happens to you when you build on yourself is that you draw closer to yourself a new set of people. Let me tell you this. Don't worry, in this ministry, you guys will hear my actual story. Maybe when we clock 3 or 4, you will hear my actual testimony. I pray that all of you will be alive. You see, that's why I like how we are going. Because God has great plans. You will hear my actual story. When you build yourself to a point, the Bible says, seest thou a man diligent in his work? In his what? In his work. Seest thou a man diligent in his work? He will sit with kings. Diligence is not just skill. Diligence is what helps skill to build to a point where it's not just what you know how to do, but who you are.